Dozens of goons yesterday invaded an expansive land owned by former President Uhuru Kenyatta's family on the eastern bypass in Nairobi. They looted property of unknown value. For an ordeal that began at 9 a.m., the media only got wind of the lawlessness at about 2 p.m. The goons ran the acts of violence, theft and intimidation of our former president for the over 12 hours, I beg your pardon. They would later attack Raila Odinga's East Africa Spectre International Company before setting ablaze a church and a mosque in Kibra. Suspiciously, police did not respond to any of the crimes, allowing for the handing down of a public judgment that police knew a thing about the incidents. So tonight we ask, where were the police as the country fell to the law of the jungle, yet again posing the question, who do the police work for? Here's our Crimes and Investigations reporter, Brian Obuya, with the context.
There has been a strong indication that the country may be designed for destruction following the events of the last 24 hours. It is difficult to understand why the events happening in Kenya now are not a script of a thriller movie. And while that may sound funny, it is actually very ridiculously dangerous. The Kenyatta land was invaded by a gang wielding machetes and clubs around 9 a.m. They stole sheep, cut down trees and burnt bushes, as others did mock subdivision of the property, seemingly with the intent to grab the property. The goons even had the resources and the time to erect a structure in the farm. Curiously, this attack had been premeditated by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah in an event that had been attended by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. Ichung'wah, who has since distanced himself from the acts, was not mincing his words.
Mali ya Mkenya ikivamiwa, hata hizo mashamba zenyu tutazivamia, na wenye hawana mashamba wapate mashamba Kenya hii. Musifikiri ati wananchi wa kawaida ndio watapoteza mali. Even you will pay a price.
Moses Kuria and Dennis Itumbi had also made disturbing tweets about that incident, deleting the tweets before tweeting afresh following public pressure. A similar attack was reported at gas cylinder maker Spectre East Africa, a company that is linked to the family of opposition leader Raila Odinga, who is leading anti-government protests. The motive of the invasions yet to be clear. Scenes yesterday were a far cry from past experience where the Kenyatta land was heavily protected by armed police officers on horseback. There were no police officers to eject the gang from the Kenyatta property that is located 20 kilometers from the city center, despite there being 4 police camps nearby. The gang went on a looting spree, stealing and butchering sheep and goats at the farm. Some sold the slaughtered animals to motorists along the highway for as little as 2,000 Kenya shillings and 1,000 Kenya shillings. Now the opposition is linking the attacks to the Ruto Gachagua government, calling out the state and accusing it of clawing back the gains of democracy.
Na ilikuwa jambo ya kushangaza kwa sababu hatukuona maafisa wa polisi. Wakati tulijaribu kuwafikia, hakuna mmoja mwenye tuliweza kufikia kutoka asubuhi mpaka usiku.
Na askari unajua ni watumishi wa umma, watumishi wa serikali. Kama mkubwa wa serikali ndio anahusika, sasa askari hawezi kuja. Mwenye umbwa hajatuma umbwa ashike mwizi. Sasa umbwa anakaa tu. Kwa hivyo mimi sitaki hata kulaumu askari. Askari wakituma wanakuja.
The Inspector General has called for investigations into the terror at the Kenyatas. But Odinga and many others are hearing none of it from a man who the country was told is more competent than his predecessor Hilary Mutyambai.
Ni upuzi na ujinga. Wafikiri wa Kenya ni wajinga sana. Lakini wao ndio walisema ati ujinga iliisha Kenya.
And we are willing to summon people to parliament, including IG. If he doesn't take decisive action kwa hii mambo ya maandamano watu wakaribu mali ya watu, hata tutamuita kwa bunge. We shall impeach him.
At the time the properties were being vandalized, police were sitting on guard, resting in the city in the name of quelling the demos. In Kibra, some goons torched the church and a mosque. It is believed to have been sponsored to spark an internal clash in Kibra.
Where were the police last night in the rangelands, the northern rangelands? Where were they in Spectre? And if they were there, let the police tell us. We saw a lot of police in Dagoretti North. And the question we have to ask the Inspector General is, all Kenyans, do they deserve protection or just some Kenyans? So we need to see a change in policing strategy in the course of the next 2 days, because Thursday is the next date that we have for Mandamano.
Police and government-hired goons further invaded the peaceful Kibra neighborhood under the cover of darkness, tormenting residents with crude weapons.
The country is teetering on a knife edge. The police appear divided and selective on whose property and life to protect. This as the nation gears on for round 3 of madness, tear gas, batons and bullets. Brian Obuya, NTV.